Amanda Gary with you here on CBS Sports HQ. So the last time a quarterback didn't go first overall in the draft, that was all the way back in 2017 when the Browns took Myles Garrett. Well, this year, we're likely going to see it happen again. And because of that, there's a lot of argument to be had. Who will go number one overall to the Jags? And who is the best quarterback in this class?
The 2022 NFL Draft is shaping up to be a little different than recent years, but one thing remains the same. The Jacksonville Jaguars making the first overall pick. If the Jags were drafting for need, they could certainly do a lot worse than Alabama left tackle Evan Neal, who could potentially protect the blind side for Trevor Lawrence for the foreseeable future. They could also bolster their pass rush with defensive ends Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeaux. As for who and when the first quarterback will come off the board, for now it looks like a debate between Matt Corral, Kenny Pickett, and Malik Willis out of Liberty. There are many teams drafting in the top 10 that may look in that direction. So who will stand pat or potentially trade up? As for the deepest positional group in the draft, if teams are looking for talented wideouts, there are plenty to choose from. You have the deep ball speedster Jamison Williams, the game-breaking duo out of Ohio State, Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, to go along with Treylon Burks, Drake London, Jahan Dotson, and George Pickens, who could all potentially hear their names called on day one. So who will make the biggest leap or potentially slide in the draft process? April 28th in Sin City. Can't get here soon enough.
Yes, we are now 100 days until the draft, which is heading back to Vegas. Remember, we were supposed to be there. That didn't happen because of the pandemic. Taking a look at Ryan Wilson's latest mock draft, we'll ask him what number it is, because this is around the time he starts losing track here. He still has Aiden Hutchinson going number one overall to the Jags. Things a little bit interesting after that. We don't have number 11, but I will note 3 quarterbacks going in the top 11. Let's welcome in Ryan Wilson. Ryan, what number is it?
Number 20, the big 2-0. So went about 16 weeks ago. I don't know if that works into 100 days, but that's how I'm doing my calendar math now based on these mock drafts. So 2-0 in the books, Amanda.
Which is already so impressive. We know Pete's going to do 1, maybe 2. Let's talk about the Giants because they do have 2 picks in the top 10 at 5 and 7. And right now, even though we saw 3 quarterbacks go in your top 11 there, you don't have the Giants taking a quarterback, instead trying to protect whomever that quarterback will be.
That's right, and they don't have issues. They don't know what the coaching position is going to be. They don't know what the general manager position is going to be. They do have those 2 first-round picks, as you note. I would imagine that had Joe Judge kept his job, it would have been Daniel Jones's job for at least 1 more year. So whoever comes in there to do the personnel decisions and to coach up the football team will have to decide about Daniel Jones. So let's just assume that DJ is their guy. Why not protect him, as you note? So I have him taking 2 offensive linemen in the span of just a handful of picks. That's how bad their offensive line has been. They're going to lose some guys in free agency. Andrew Thomas, their first-round pick from a few years ago, has actually been pretty good. After that, things get sort of sketchy. One of the first-round picks is Tyler Linderbaum, the center out of Iowa. Rarely has a center gone this high, certainly not in the last 15, 20 years. He is that good as a football player. And then I have him taking Evan Neal, who you mentioned in the intro there, as being one of the best offensive linemen in this draft class. I have him going at pick 5, just 2 picks before Tyler goes off the board. So look, you first-round pick in Andrew Thomas a few years ago, 2 more first-rounders this year. If you're Daniel Jones, you're officially out of excuses. You have to find a way to get things done. Hopefully makes things easier for Saquon Barkley as well.
No quarterback for the Giants there if they do keep Daniel Jones or maybe go somewhere else. But you
do want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game, the highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.